I'm Dusty and this is Lisa and we're from Light Feet. And today we're gonna show you the basics of country swing dancing. So first we'll demonstrate and then we'll walk you through step by step. So first off, it's very important that we know how to ask our partner to dance. So she goes, step under, she goes, shoulder turn, she goes, belt turn, we get both hands, we step, we pivot, we step, we pivot. One more time for funsies, and a basic dip. So that is what we're gonna teach you over the next few minutes here. So, few rules. One, anytime you're hanging out with Light Feet, we have what's called rule number 0, which is we do not request, we don't ask for, we demand enthusiasm. Woohoo! So if you're here in person or in your living room, you can still make some noise. All right, rule number 1, she's number 1. Dancing is all about her. She gets spun, she gets dipped, she gets to say whether or not she's dancing with our joker butts again. So we're constantly trying to earn that next dance's leads. Rule number 2, he's in charge on the dance floor. The lead is in charge on the dance floor. So that means we're the ones that get to decide what's coming up. And we know that as soon as she gets us home, she wears the pants once I'm done ironing them. But here, we're men, we're leads, and in charge on the dance floor. And rule number 3, you must dip your partner at the end of every song. That's our way of saying thank you so much for putting up with my cinnamon breath and me tap dancing all over your toes for the last 3.5 minutes. If you are so discourteous as do not dip your partner, and it's at any Light Feet location, it's okay. We'll take care of it for you. First, we'll dip your partner, and by the way, we're horrendously flirty. And then, gentlemen, or leads, we will dip you on the dance floor in front of your partner. All right, so now that we know the rules, we're gonna move on from there. Anything to add, Lisa?
Nope, I'm ready.
All right, so first you have to know how to ask your partner to dance. So improper ways to ask someone to dance are to just reach out and grab them. You know, she has these things called joints. We don't want to, dislocate them. So be gentle. Also not appropriate is the old lassie call. Hey, want to dance? Come on. Don't do it. The night will not end the way you want it to. All right. Also, this is a confidence game. So if you walk up to a lady to ask her to dance and go, hi, this is my first time and I've never done this before, but would you maybe wanna if she says yes, it's out of pity. Do not be the pity yes, gentlemen, okay? Have some self-respect. So what we do is we extend our left hand palm up and she knows to accept. Just like if you walk up to someone and do this, they know a high five's coming. It's natural body language, you know what to expect. So left hand palm out. From here, we're gonna tuck this behind her back, lead her into an open spot on the dance floor, and pull her out, and we're ready to dance. All right, so once we have asked her to dance, led her onto the dance floor, and spun her through, now our first move is called she goes. It is the basic turn. So what's gonna happen is, I'm gonna take my left boot, and I'm gonna step to the left, while my left hand is gonna go up slightly over my shoulder, over her head. So I'm gonna do a little side step around her. It's gonna look like this. One more time, and again. So that way, she is spinning for this particular move. This is her turn. So I'm not trying to spin because this is all about her, this is her turn. So things to watch out for when you're doing that. Make sure you have a nice little bend in your arm. Anytime your arms are straight is when you're gonna cause some joint damage when you're doing that rodeo swing of wrenching your partner's joints out of socket. We do not want to do that to them. We like them, we want to take good care of them. And ourselves. Worst time I've ever been injured was by an 85-pound She-Hulk that laid me up for about 18 months where I could not dance the way that I like to. It was brutal. So ladies, you can be brutal as well. Make sure you're taking it easy on your partner. So with that little bend there, we're able to move and maneuver with soft hands. Also, going on hands, that's how we grip. So our grip is not the G.I. Joe Kung Fu grip, because when we go to try and turn her, it turns into MMA, which is an entirely different hobby. So instead, we have our palm up, fingers curved, almost like Barbie hands, like how she kind of grips the steering wheel of the Barbie car. She never actually gets there, but the thumbs are through like Schwarzenegger through his skull. So, palm up, fingers slightly curved, or I like to call them Lego train fingers. So she goes. Now also, with the footwork for this, we want to make sure that it's being pretty crisp and clean. We're going left, right for him. And sweetie, what are you doing?
I am going right, left.
So he goes left, right, she goes right, left. So after she goes, now it's our turn. And we have 3 choices. We have the step under, the shoulder turn, and the belt turn to choose from. So the first one, to do the step under. Now after I turn her and step left, right, it's my turn, and I'm gonna step right, left, leading with my right leg. Before I do, I'm gonna lift my right hand in the air, and I'm gonna step through with my right leg. And she's gonna follow around. So left, right, right, left, left, right. So you'll notice that she always goes first and she always goes last. So we're always taking turns. I'm not going through and like hogging the area, hogging the camera. It's a matter of we're taking turns going back and forth constantly, but she's always at the beginning and she's always at the end. My little joke about this is she always starts, she always finishes, just like every fight in human history. So anyway, his one more time. She goes, step under, she goes. All right, so for the next one, this is called the shoulder turn. So it is just like that step under, still leading with that right boot, but a little lower. I'm placing her right hand on my shoulder right here, and then I'm gonna let go. Because if I hang on, she's going to swing through and it becomes something entirely different. Especially if you just met your partner, that's really close really soon. So she goes, I'm gonna put my right shoulder straight into her palm, letting go. She's gonna trail across my back, either up top, across the traps, in which case I'll catch palm up. So if her hand trails high, my palm catches up. Or she can trail lower, slightly lower, little lower, in which case I will catch palm back. Now what we don't want to see is where she trails all the way down my arm, because if she does that, it makes it super hard to try and grip something with the back of your hand. So she goes, shoulder, catch, she goes. Now ladies, especially if you just met your partner, it can be tempting to go, well, I just met this guy, his back's sweaty, he kind of smells a little funny, and so I don't want to touch him and trail across his back. The problem with that is I judge how to catch your hand based on how you trail. So if you don't trail, it leaves me blindly groping for wherever that hand's gonna end up, which can be a lot more awkward than a little bit of back sweat, just throwing that out there. So one more time, she goes, shoulder, catch, she goes. All right, so the last one is the belt turn. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna put her hand, so same as that shoulder turn, but instead of on my shoulder, it's a little lower, putting her hand on my belt, on my hip, on my love handles, stepping through and catching on the other side. Now ladies, this is not an invitation to sink and squeeze. You are just trailing across his lower back. So it's the belt turn, not the butt turn. Just be aware of that. She goes, belt, catch, she goes, hip, catch, she goes, love handle, catch, she goes. Now when you do that one, you want to make sure you're keeping your right arm out of the way, because with the other ones, when it's her turn, the shoulder turn, with the step under, your arm is going to naturally just get out of the way. Same with that shoulder turn, it's not even a thing. But if you go to do that belt turn and your hand's out, you can slap your partner down, and we never want to damage our beautiful, wonderful dance partners. So be careful there. All right, now the next part is going to be how to get your partner's hand. And by the way, that last one, they're called the 3 tiers. So step under, shoulder turn, belt turn, 3 tiers. Now you know. So to get her hand, what you're not going to do, gentlemen, is fling it out there like a piece of meat. Ladies, if he does that, ignore it. You have a little more self-respect than that. Don't just take any palm he throws your way and make him work. If he does that, and the reasoning for this is, if you grab every palm that comes your way when you're doing a turn, something like that, you can end up decapitating yourself and getting caught across the face, getting caught in weird areas. You just don't want to do that. So the proper way to get your hand is to spin and trail across her lower back. Now for the guys out there, I said lower back. Ladies get the benefit of the doubt with the whole belt turn, butt turn thing. Gentlemen, you get an anatomy lesson. So this is her lower back. This is the target zone. This is her upper back. It is excellent for dipping. This is her keister. Keep your hands off it till you're married. We are, so I'm allowed to, but you're not, at least right now. So, spin, trail across your lower back. Now, gentlemen, or ladies, this is our way of letting you know that we want both hands, okay? This is not us being inappropriate, as long as we're not squeezing your butt. This is not us hitting on you. This is us letting you know that we do want that other hand. So when we do that, give it to us. Now, that being said, gentlemen, sometimes shiny things happen and she won't feel it. So maybe she's wearing extra layers, maybe she has a sweater on and she didn't feel that trail across her lower back and she just goes about her day. So if that happens, well, she just went, so we're just gonna finish it with a quick step under. And then try one more time with a little bit of gusto. Just kidding, no wind-ups. All right, so spin, trail, get both hands. From here, we have our thinking move. This is called the step and pivot. Now to do this one, we're gonna go every single time, both of us, right boot across, swing to left immediately. Right and left, right and left, right and left, right and left. So the reason you use this move is occasionally you're dancing and you forgot what comes next. And so instead of stopping, giving her the puzzled face of what's going on, and she's, looks at you kind of like that, like she's going, what's going on? Instead, we go, I just forgot everything that I know, but guess what? I'm moving and I'm smiling, so she's never going to know. So this is our fake it, make it, fake it to make it move. All right. This is also something where, let's say you actually want to talk to your partner a little bit. Hey, how are you? How was your day? It's nice to meet you. You're sure really cute. This is your opportunity right there. All right, so with the step and pivot, we need to get both hands. Now I'm going to show you the last part of the basics, which as we demonstrated at first is called the basic dip. Now this is a move that just about anybody can do. So if you do have hip, knee, mobility issues, most people can still do this one. To show that one off, here's me dipping Tiny Lovely Lisa. Here is Tiny Lovely Lisa dipping Dusty. So if this little thing can dip all of this, I think you guys can figure it out together. So we spin and we trail to get both hands. Now we're gonna move into what is called the cuddle position. To do this, my right hand is gonna go low. My left hand is going to spin her up and over, just like that basic turn that we were doing the whole time. She goes up into my chest. From here, I need to turn, because if I try and dip her back when we're side by side, she's gonna take my body straight out of alignment, and it's really bad for both my back and for her safety, because those are bricks back there, and if she knocks her little noggin on them, it's not gonna be good for anybody. So from here, I'm gonna turn, so we're at a 90-degree angle. Note I said 90, not 135, not 45, 90, right there in the middle. Also, I'm trying to keep her left shoulder right in my sternum, right in the center of my chest. So not my left armpit, not my right armpit, right there in the middle. Now, I'm gonna rotate this here. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna step to the right. Now, how deep you step is how deep you dip. So if you step all the way out here, you're gonna be dipping pretty low. Save that for when you have a little more experience. So first to start, little step, 18 inches, back in. Step, and in. Now ladies, Lisa, do you want to tell them what the ladies do?
Yes, for the ladies, especially before you are more comfortable with your partner, leave both feet on the ground and your knees go forward.
Yeah.
So, as you see, I'm not dipping at my waist. That would cause this to look. I am dipping right at my knees. So my knees are going forward and I'm basically planking going back down. So my upper body is completely straight. This allows him to be in better control.
Also, gentlemen, what I'm not trying to do is to turn over her, taking my back and shoulders out of alignment. I am stepping and I'm lunging into a squat. And this way my shoulders are more or less parallel and flat with the ground. As you get started, another thing you can do is as you do it, step forward a little bit. And that way with that squat, she's protected because you have this beautiful little shelf over your knee. All right, now one more time, we cuddle up. We align, we step, we dip, we stand her back up, and now my left hand goes high to get her out of it, and my right arm is gonna give her a gentle little nudge. From here, I can drop that right arm and pull her through with a basic spin, and we're back to dancing. So now, every song you must dip your dance partner, but you can dip her in the middle of them as much as you want. The biggest thing is always saying thank you at the end. This is Dusty and Lisa from Lightfeet. Have a great day. We hope you learned lots. Woo!